down here in the bottom left, and the pink Protoss player is
KT roster MyuNgSiK.
Big applause there in the crowd for him, actually. Really liking his Phoenix style. And up to the top, right in red. Terran player, fan favorite.
Phaser Innovation.
otherwise known as Marth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he speaks Korean and not Japanese. So, what's that Hot 6 can? You were wondering if I think we're going to see the same type of game with Phoenixes. Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to see a very similar opening from Innovation. He's been really liking the Reaper expand. Doesn't like to take any risks economically. What would be really cool is if MyuNgSiK like totally changed it up and did something completely different, like went for not just a robo-oriented build, but like an immortal timing or something. That would really throw Innovation off, I think, here.
That would be crazy, especially if like Innovation gets to scout on the robo and he's like, oh, you're going for the same thing. You're going to make those Colossi, and all of a sudden some kind of 5-gate, 6-gate robo timing comes in with Immortals, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
That's hard, though. It's a hard decision to make because this is game 3. This is their lives going into, you know, it makes them one step closer to getting into that round of 16. So, I don't know, man. I pretty much side with you. I think MyuNgSiK, he's going to do what's been working for him. I mean, it didn't work in the last game, but Innovation played it very well. Do you change up the style that's worked for you and you feel very comfortable with in game 3 here? I don't think you do.
No, I don't think so. He's clearly practiced it the most. And maybe, for example, he thought he was going to hit a Protoss, and PvP was going to be a matchup that's more important for him here. So he was thinking, like, okay, I only prepared one build for Innovation, but like, what if I, you know, have to play against Paralyze? Like, he's, you know, quite strong. You know, he's playing on my rival team and everything. I got to get ready for that. And as MyuNgSiK, like, maybe preparing a lot with Flash, I would say, for this matchup. So that's actually really interesting, because I wonder if he really does prepare with Flash, because Flash is probably not thinking like, yeah, I want to play a ton of versus Phoenix games here going to the finals. We'll see, because if the meta is changing to this to become the standard PVT, then we'll find out tomorrow when we see the rest of these PVTs, and then also going to the Pro League finals.
Basically, if all the Protosses start to do this against Terrans, then it just becomes the meta, you know?
Yeah. And maybe that's like what people are figuring out right now. I love when we have big shifts. We haven't had a big shift like this in StarCraft in a while. If this is to happen.
You make it sound like the Big Bang, like it should be capitalized or something, like the big shift.
Yeah, it's the big shift.
2014 in August, on one fateful day, a bunch of Protosses started making this composition. It was called the big shift.
Well, there's a robo. Wow. As Wolfstradamus done it. I'm going to see immortal timing on this map. He's switching it, man. He's keeping it a bit more standard, perhaps. Maybe playing that Rain upgrade style. Maybe that Creator Prime. Going the way of safety and caution rather than harassment into you know, scouting that way. The Oracle didn't really accomplish too much for him, especially in that second, rather than the second game. Didn't really do too much for him.
I like the positioning on that robo, actually. It's going to be hard for the Reaper to get in past the Stalker and the Mothership Core to go all the way into that corner. So it's going to be scouted here for a while. The scan goes into the main base, and he's not going to see anything. Besides, actually, that Robotics Bay.
Yeah.
So pretty big tell, actually.
Yeah. We'll get some information from that one. You know what? He doesn't see much else. I wonder what he's like thinking right now. Is like, is it going to be that parting style where you're really aggressive that we see sometimes on Outboxer? Is it going to be the style where you're just a little bit more passive, take that third base, get one forge? Because he was looking for the forge. Guarantee. He's like, I didn't see a forge. What does that mean? It's like, MyuNgSiK, you really don't like forge upgrades. I've started to learn this about you in the series. Yeah, I think he's going to be perhaps a bit more aggressive without the forges. Cancels his second observer. Unless it just finished and I missed that somehow. Looks like he canceled it to get a faster Colossus. Sees the starport timing.
Yeah. Immediately starts range as well. All of his minerals and gases going into this right now.
Killing those tiles.
It's a key part of the build. You know, once you start their first Colossus, you got to make sure you kill those tiles.
Yes. A lot of people ask me this a lot on Twitter, why do people kill the tiles? They're called, I think they're actually called, was it destructible plates? If you kill them, then you can make buildings in that location, so it makes it a little bit easier to kind of have a nice, easy setup to build your structures. You don't want to accidentally like block your Colossi or something because your main base is getting clogged up where you're building your pylons.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's there is something that isn't really important for like the last 2 years of StarCraft, but in the past you could see 2 bunker walls, 2 pylon walls at the bottom of ramps. They changed the ramp, and then we started seeing 3 pylon walls and all sorts of bunker tactics. So when you have the plates there, then it prevents the building, so you can't actually wall somebody in like that. It was a strategy that was used abusively, and game designers decided it was not a fun mechanic, not a fun build. Kind of patched out of the game that way.
Yeah. We got a drop here with 2 medevacs coming in towards that main base. There's a pylon here, and MyuNgSiK is totally ready for this. He saw it with that watchtower, and Innovation's going to have to get out. No damage done. And we do see no more probes being made right now. He did stop at 49. There's no Nexus. He's got 3 more gateways on the way.
Yeah. This is starting to look like a very, very standard Protoss opening. No Phoenixes, no sort of weirdness to it. And this is a really good scout here on the Marine. He wants to know, is there a Nexus? And the answer is no. So he's actually still going to attack into this. He needs to be very careful with how he does this, because there are 3 Colossi out right now. And there's a reason why there's no Nexus there, because he can't afford to get that out while he's getting all these upgrades and these Colossi. Forces the overcharge and backs off. I think he just wants to sit ready to knock down a Nexus if it gets started, force a cancel. He wants to sit over there near that 3rd base.
Twilight Council down, and Templar Archives coming up behind that. We don't see the Twilight Council used for anything just yet. No blink, no charge.
All right, Nexus has been started, but there are units nearby. And he's actually just going to take this good splits. Well, he's got another group of units coming in. And MyuNgSiK needs to get the rest of his army over here. Great targeting on those Colossi, making sure they do the maximum amount of damage to the Marines. Nice snipe by Innovation at the last second, but gotta say that targeting on those Colossi really gave them the extra amount of efficiency, extra amount of value.
Yeah, certainly. He killed so many Marines with that, and I have to give that trade pretty much to MyuNgSiK. I mean, he only lost 1 Colossi there and some of those Zealots, but Innovation losing a big chunk of his army.
And let's not forget, this has kind of been the story of this series, right? There is a 3rd base up for Innovation. There has been for some time. He's got the extra mules. He's actually ahead in Harvesters, which is pretty unusual for this matchup, because probes have Chrono Boost. You know, you can get them out a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Next I have Chrono Boost. Probes not Chrono Boost. Every probe has like a Chrono Boost. That
would be sick.
They've got like 100 energy, which like constant Chrono Boost every structure.
That would require a lot of math.
But wouldn't we have to put a cooldown on that? Because, I mean, I don't think it would be fair that, you know, somebody be able to drop something on a mineral patch. You know, it saves all his energies. I mean, Queens don't do that. I don't know. I think we need to have a discussion.
David Kim.
So, Templar out. Storm is getting +2 armor. Innovation not as ahead in upgrades this game as he was in the previous games. Got that second eBay a bit late. And Zealot party at the 3rd. Who's
doing
in?
a lot of damage, actually. Getting maybe 5 kills so far. Targets the CC first. Not the best idea. Innovation does, rather.
Yeah. Does get that mule targeted, on the other hand, from the Zealots. So that's a nice catch there.
Look at this. Already 6 Templar made.
A lot of energy on some of the first wave, too. They're getting up to 100+. Might have 2 storms available. So we could have, like, up to 12 storms in just a moment here. It's a lot of storms.
Yeah.
All right, 3 ghosts. A lot of barracks added. Don't think he's going to pull SCVs. Storm has already done that. That window is lost. If he attacks for this with SCV pull, he'd just be suicidal.
It's just way too late.
Zealots are on move command. Their destiny was at the command center, they thought.
Innovation changed it all.
Always in control of your own destiny, unless you're a character in an RTS game where the player is in control of your destiny.
Yeah.
So, I mean, still only one forge, actually, interestingly enough, from MyuNgSiK. Looks like he's going to go full armor here, which is odd. Okay, no, it does start to get the attack now. So and in the second forge, so that makes sense. So never mind, it's not actually odd at all.
Yeah. Observer sees that armor moving across the map. And he did have that watchtower as well, so has a good idea of where this army is right now. He's just playing super passive so far. Besides those like small zealot harassments he did at the third, he's pretty much done nothing.
He's pretty much Youngwa right now. He's not going to attack.
High Templar.
With High Templar, yeah, exactly. He's not going to attack. Now he's actually poised to move around here. He's like setting up, take this forward. He's like, I dare you to try to deny this one. Viking Colossus ratio is 3-to-1 right now. Viking to Colossus. And we'll see. It's really going to come into play here. Storms are everything right now, and that's why these ghosts need to be really, really on point with their EMPs. He's making it look like he only has 2 High Templar. So maybe the ghosts spam their EMPs out, and the rest of the High Templar come from behind once the army stims up the ramp. Very cautious play here by both players. Wow, EMP's going down like mad on that army. That Colossus is getting super low.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage as well, about half health so far. He needs to have an answer for those ghosts, actually. He takes out 1, but again, the Colossi getting pretty low. A ton of Vikings in this mix. He's got 13 so far.
Really spiffy control there on those Colossi, targeting on those ghosts. See if we can do it again. This army's too close. High Templar storms himself. And I notice a lot of Terran army here. And this Protoss army is all bunched up, not spread. Zealots caught behind each other. And look at those snipes!
Huge, huge snipes, but still he's got so many High Templar. He has more to follow this up. And Innovation is actually on the run. He wants to kind of get into this good position here, but a good storm goes onto those Vikings, but another EMP on a lot of that Protoss army.
He needs to get more EMPs. He doesn't have any ghosts with this anymore. There's 2 storms left in this, perhaps 3. Looks like pretty close. 2 or 3 left here on these High Templar.
Saw a huge warp in his Zealots right now. He's got 2 Colossi at a time on the way.
He's about to have gold economy on a 4th base that Innovation doesn't have. So those Zealot warpins can easily be paid for, perhaps even getting a Warp Prism out, sending that around. He's got the pylon still in the 9 o'clock position, so there's a lot of stuff he could do with this, with these extra minerals. All right, here we go. Yeah, these storms are pretty on point. Look at that.
Ooh, catching a lot of the Marines in the back as well. Does a very nice storm again, and pretty good splits out of Innovation, though. Only 2 Colossi in this mix so far. Got to be careful. But again, not too many Vikings as well, just 7. More good storms. Wow. Huge storms get a lot of that turn ball.
And that Archon, man. There you got a nice blast. This command center's like, I'm out of here. Please don't hurt me. I swear I wasn't going to mine them. All right, this is a crazy good army for the Protoss right now. Eliminates most of the Vikings, pulls those Zealots back while their charge is on cooldown. It's back up now, can start to rip a new one on any SCVs or any units to try to reinforce. And now it looks like he's actually going to try to control the main base and all the reinforcements. Zealots killing those units as they spawn. He's got a forward pylon up here. It's looking really good for MyuNgSiK right now. Totally changed up his style in Game 3. Really, really like to see this on a map like Overgrowth. And oh god, the natural is all but dead.
SCVs are going down left and right. You guys aren't even seeing what's going down in the main base as well.
Looks like he's pulled out of the main, just too much production there, but he's certainly stifled it, right? I mean, he's done a lot. And this command center is actually not long for this world. Same with the Ghost Academy. Now that's a structure you don't want to lose in this case. Innovation just looks like he's out of luck here. He's got a very weak economy, and he can't even hold on to his bases. He's on basically 1 mining base for as long as he can hold it. He's sending that command center towards maybe the top left to hope he can get some mining over there, but There's a 4th base up for MyuNgSiK that's allowing him to have basically infinity minerals to warp in so many zealots. Really nice EMPs here, though.
He's trying to make something work, but he just doesn't have enough. Even these Archons and some Zealots fighting what's left of the Marauders over here at the 3rd base. GG is called. MyuNgSiK will go to that winner's match.
He's going, and we're going to see another PVT. No TVT for now. And what's really interesting to me is how does MyuNgSiK tackle Cure versus how does he tackle Innovation, and what maps we get to see.
I'm very curious to see that matchup, actually, because Cure did very well against the style that Paralyzed brought. He brought out that same style in Game 2 against Cure, so going to see these two guys that are pretty good against each other's styles go up against each other.
That much is true, but before we do that, we are going to go to a commercial break, guys, so stay tuned, spread the word. We'll be right back.